What's up, motivators? Timothy McCain here. I hope you're doing well. Today, I want to talk to you briefly about something I've really been chewing on, and is this. Sometimes it's the hardest thing in the world to be nice. And when you are a good soul, good, genuine person, you look for moments, man, just to be nice. You look for opportunities to show, to share, and to sow, and to deposit that state of kindness. But sometimes it's hard to be nice when you don't feel like it's being returned or reciprocated to you. But does that mean you should stop being nice? And here's the thing I want to tell you, and it's hard to hear. The answer is no. You should never stop being nice. However, you should give attention about who you're being nice to, right? And so I'm not talking about being mean-spirited. I'm not talking about being nasty and rude. I'm not talking about that. But I am talking about, it's important to give attention to about where you're sowing your time, your attention, and your character, especially when you are reaping toxic behaviors in return. There's this Bible verse that talks about not casting your pearls before swine. And so the way I've always heard it is just like your good intentions, things you do, making sure you know where it's going to. It's not in the deposit in this nasty place or whatnot. You're not just throwing what is valuable to you into the mud, into pigs. Back then, you'll read biblically that they considered pigs to be unclean animals. All right, I love bacon. Thank God for some changes. So, anyways, but I want to talk to the individuals that you're frustrated. You're frustrated because you heard the saying that nice guys finish last, or nice girls finish last, or whatever. And so you have been contemplating this thought, well, should I stop being nice? And I want to tell you, please don't. Don't do it. Don't let the people around you to change you. And this is easier said than done. You are inherently nice. You are a blessing in this world. You are the sunshine to someone else's dark day. And just because there's people around you right now that may not celebrate or realize the good you do, without looking for an applause, without looking for attention, without looking for a pedestal, without looking for a pat on the back, you do good because you want to do good. There's people that needs you. People that need you, family. And so you just should not. And I know this is easier said than done, because you're like, man, what's the point of keep doing it? But let me tell you, there's going to be people that's going to cross your path that's going to appreciate you for being you. But it's dangerous when we are so hurt that we let the people around us change us, that we let the people around us change who we are, the essence of who we are. Right? Especially, again, like I said, we have no idea what's going on in someone else's life. We have no idea if they're projecting their trauma on you. We have no idea what literally people are going through, especially during this hour. And so I think it's important just not to be so quick, man, to throw a stone. But it is important that you protect yourself. I've done this last couple of months, family. I've done my own social experiment, right? And so I made a decision to stop texting certain people, right? And so what I wanted to see is, if I stop texting, if I stop calling, if I stop reaching out, if I stop sending encouraging messages, if I stop being the first one to call and check up on you, if I stop doing this, will there still be lines of communication? And I wanted to believe that our friendship or whatever was connected through mutual efforts. But I quickly realized it was not. But I had to ask, so I went to this internal tug of war, contemplating, so should I stop being a good friend? Should I stop calling? Should I stop encouraging? Should I stop? And I think at the end of the day, man, I should keep doing it because it's just who I am, and I don't want to give anybody the power to change me. But it does help me put relationships into perspective. And the fact of the matter is, there are some people in your life where you all find that they will never give back But even those are times that we should still be givers. Now, I know hopefully this podcast, this video is not super confusing, but there is a law of reciprocity that I believe, of sowing and reaping, or a law of reciprocity. Sow and you will reap, but sometimes you don't reap back in the same field you sowed in, but it doesn't mean you don't receive harvest in other areas. But I just wanted to make this video to the individual where you're contemplating changing your personality. You're contemplating changing your character. You're contemplating changing who you are because people around you has mismanaged the blessing that you are. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. You have contemplated changing who you are because the people around you mismanaged the blessing of who you are. But family, I need to encourage you, please don't. Because there's going to be someone along your path that's going to love you for everything about you. That's going to need, like I said, the sunshine that you shine in their darkest of days. They're going to need the individual that's going to take the initiative where you're the type of person, I'm talking to you. You're the type of person that you look for every day to who can I put a smile on? You're the kind of person who looks for the ones who's sitting by themselves in the cafeterias. You're the ones who looks for the person where you know that they're painting a smile over their frown. You're the type of person who looks for the individuals who know what it's like to be isolated, abandoned, rejected, forgotten, and alone, because you yourself knows what it's like to be isolated, abandoned, rejected, alone. And so you made up in your mind that you are not going to allow your pain to be your prison, but you have weaponized your pain to be someone else's blessing. That is who you are. And the world needs more people like you, because what if the world is simply looking for an example? And what if you're the ones called to do it? So listen, those you're contemplating, should you stop being nice? Please don't. Maybe give attention about who you're being nice to. Maybe recategorize those relationships. But I want to encourage you, please keep being a blessing. Because you best believe, like I said, I'm talking to myself. I have had to tell myself, reevaluate, in some relationships and some, and like quote unquote friendships where, where I made a decision. Okay, if I stop talking, if I stop texting, if I stop initiating, family, if what would happen? And again, I don't want to make this some absolute scientific experiment, because again, I have no idea what's going on in their life as well. But it did help me to see of areas where I felt like I was leaking my energy into. And so again, there's oftentimes areas that we don't just give to get. We should be givers to give. However, eventually, family, you're going to run out of gas if you don't learn how to stop at your own gas station. And so I hope, family, that you meet someone like you. I know this podcast is not for everybody. I know that this YouTube video is not for everybody. But there are a certain group of people where strong, like you have an internal engine that drives without applause. You have a turbine within you that spins and whines without affirmation from others. But at the end of the day, you still feel like your gears are getting worn out because you're tired. And I hope that there's someone like you who comes along your side and encourages you. So listen, don't stop being nice. Don't stop being a good person just because you're surrounded by bad people or ignorant people or busy people, whatever the case may be. Because do not give someone the power to change you. Because you know what? I believe that's how God made you. And you were meant to be a light in someone else's dark times. Family, you're the adobo in someone else's life. Come on, you're the Tony Sashiri in someone else's bland moments. You are the difference maker. You have no idea the strength that you carry, that you deposit in someone else's life, can help be the crutch that they need to stand, to learn to walk on their own, and to gather other people to take a journey to their own level of peace. So fam, I want to encourage you. Don't stop being nice. Keep being that encourager. Keep being you. Motivators, do me a favor. Can you please just take a few moments? Click on that subscribe button and follow me. Follow me on Instagram, Tim at Timothy_McCain. Family, there's a lot of things I got coming up the pipeline. Really, I can't wait to share it with you. Listen, I'm not gonna tell them about. I'm telling you. I haven't told anybody else this out loud on video. I'm telling you because you're the type of people that I know I'm talking about. You're the world changers. Listen, I'm writing a book about depression that I really believe is going to be an incredible resource for so many people. So I want to ask you to do a couple of things. I want to ask you to stay in touch. I want to ask you to subscribe, family, and I want to ask you just to keep me in your prayers. All right. So anyways, I'll holler at y'all later. Deuces.